On Sun 969, it's time to talk about theatre, Totem Theatre. And I've got from the Totem Theatre, Erin. How are you today?
Good morning. I'm really well. How are you?
Good, thanks. Now, you're doing 9 to 5, the musical.
Yes. So excited.
I'm excited. I might want to come and see this one.
Please come and see it.
Yeah, this is incredible. It's the music and lyrics by Dolly Parton. Now, I saw recently the documentary on Dolly Parton where they talk about the movie and how that all came about. She had been a singer up until that point. I think this was her big movie, or was there another one beforehand?
No, I think this was her first film. She's just a phenomenal human being, though. She's done so many great things in her life. So very talented and coming, of course, doing the film, writing the theme song for the film, but then adapting this show, which, was years later, and this was her writing, adapting the music and then writing the music for the show, which is just so great.
So obviously the play is an adaptation of the film.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
So it follows very closely on the actual story of the film. So if anyone's seen it, it is a bit of a comedic mishap type film with three women who are just fed up, their overbearing boss, just end up getting themselves into a bit of a predicament, but then coming out of that with real sort of female empowerment and job equality and those kinds of things. So looking at that female friendship.
It's still got some really important thoughts and ideas and discussions today. I mean, I feel like things are probably a little bit better than the 1980s in the workplace now. You would hope so, but this boss is quite let's just put it out there, he's an absolute sleazebag.
Oh, he's horrible.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's the idea. He's really, I can't imagine behaviour like this had occurred, and it probably did.
I'm sure
and
it did.
He's obviously over the top in terms of the fastness of this film.
Yes,
and
it is a comedy.
Comedy. But yes, it is definitely something that still resonates with people, I think, still fighting for equality or being taken seriously in the workplace when you put your work into it. And it's good fun to see it played out in a way, in that sort of fantasy way of, haven't we all once in a while wanted to torture our boss, and tie him up and maybe poison his coffee,
I wouldn't want to do that to Bruce here at the radio station. He's a good man, I think.
Well, that's good. He's a good one. That's what we want. That's the moral of the story.
Here's the moral of the story. So tell us when it's on and all of that sort of thing.
So we're very early stages right now. We're actually just looking to come up to auditions. So we're doing auditions on the 11th and 12th of July. If anyone is interested, just jump on our social media. You can book yourself an audition spot with us. We're already halfway full with our audition slots. So there's only half left. We would love you to come out and join us. It can be intimidating. I know this. I'm not a fan of auditioning myself. I've been on stage a few times with Totem. But just know that if you want to be there, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for people who actually really want to participate with us and join our little group. So you will have to do a little bit of singing, a little bit of choreography. If you're worried about those things, just come and give it a crack. We've got a really supportive team of people who want people to be involved. And it's such a beautiful little community theatre. It's tiny, and if anyone's come to see our shows, we have such a lovely fan base as well. And we often get people who come up and go, oh, I wish I could do that. Oh, that was so great. I would love to be able to do that. Just come and do it.
Theatre, it's not just about being on stage. There's the behind the scenes. There's all sorts of things. Yeah. Obviously, you can get involved in all that. There's lighting and sound.
And building sets and costumes, makeup, hair. So if there's people who are interested in those kinds of things as well, just reach out to us. It's all voluntary. You have these people, I say sort of every year, you've got all these folks who have these day jobs, and they're almost moonlighting in this creative space. And I think Alice Springs is so great for creativity and community support. And I mean, this is my family in Alice Springs. I came here as well and, moved to this little town, didn't know anyone and went to the theatre, and that's where I've been for the last 8 years.
Well, there you go.
That's my family, and that's my Alice family. And we just have the best time. 3 nights a week for 3 months. And then we go into a month of performances in November. So it is a really big commitment, but it's definitely worth it.
So that's when it'll be on. It'll be held in November.
Yes. We go into a rehearsal process through July, August, September and October. And then we put our shows on every weekend in November.
Alice is a place where a lot of people come from everywhere else. So there's got to be people here who have hidden talents. They probably go to work in an office or in a childcare centre or whatever, and they're doing that sort of thing, and they want something to do, a bit of creative outlet, and they might have done school plays, or they could have had a pro career. They could have been an actor on a TV commercial. Who knows?
And Alice gives us that opportunity. I mean, I don't think I would have a lot more competition if I was trying to direct Broadway Broadway musicals in another city. And this place has just been such a nurturing environment for growth and for learning and being able to do that. And then I get to come and put on a great show for people, with the help of an incredible team. And it's just so much fun.
Right across Australia, amateur theatre is very strong. And obviously with COVID, it sort of locked everybody away for a while. But now people are out and about doing it again. And, there's even some great plays that came out of COVID as well.
Yes,
so, we came from here or something like that.
Come From Away.
Come From Away.
Incredible
that one.
musical. If anyone has ever seen that.
I saw, I think, a version of it that they filmed and put onto one of the streaming services.
It's available on the streaming service, A lot of people will say to you, like, oh, people in real life don't burst into song. And, but imagine if you could, because that is the way you express your emotion in a show. So you're following a script, but then if you really want to see what your character is feeling, that's where it comes through in song. And there's just some really beautiful songs, even in this show. As you said, as much as it's a comedy and a silly, thing where you look at some fantasies about how to torture your boss, there's also these incredible moments where these women are discovering what they're capable of. And they do that through song. And it's just really moving and really beautiful to see how those friendships and different women coming together and becoming friends and what they're able to achieve, in that space. And that's what they really do, is they transform their work environment to make it more productive in the way. So, you try and box everybody into working 9 to 5, 24/7, when actually you could still be productive without having to be in those restrictions, and that gives you that freedom. And there's just some really
we've
beautiful
discovered
tracks
this. You look at job ads now and they say flexible working life, working hours, family friendly, part-time equivalent or whatever.
It being able to provide, particularly women in the workplace, things like childcare or having that flexibility for school pickups and drop-offs and all of that. Like, it should be a given thing, and it still isn't in certain places. It's still, so
we've come a long way, I think, in
so,
that. And I think lockdowns were really good for that. A lot of people working from home. A lot of employers want them to come back, and there's been fights about that. And I know in Victoria they've just started to allow people to work from home again. Fuel went up for a little while there, so they said we want people to work from home again.
Yes. There's definitely room for still growth, I think, in the workplace and what that actually means in terms of your work-life balance. This show obviously looks at sort of the extremes of that, and having a very awful misogynistic boss. What could possibly happen if you were to be able to poison his coffee and take over the office.
Yes, indeed. We don't want to do that here, as I said before. So people can find out more about auditioning?
Yes, so jump on our social medias, on our Facebook page and our Instagram. You'll find some links there to a booking page, so you'll be able to actually book an audition slot. It'll give you some information then about what we require from you. Again, I know auditioning can be really intimidating. If you have any questions about it, just drop us an email as well. You'll have to do a little bit of a song, a little bit choreography, and our music director will actually work with you, do a bit of vocal range as well. Most people are terrified that they can't sing. I think you can sing, you just have to know where you can sing. So
they'll be doing high notes if you can only do low.
Yes. So our vocal director will happily assist you in figuring out your vocal range. We'll do a couple of scenes, a couple of lines, and just come and do it. It's just so rewarding when you get to those shows.
It sounds like a lot of fun. It just enhances life here in the Territory,
It does,
having these sort of things that people can do and get involved in.
I'll never forget, we did, the second show I directed was the Full Monty, which we did 2 years
I remember
ago.
that. I didn't go, but I heard all about that one.
Again, you worked so hard for those 4 months. I remember on our first performance opening night, we ended and we got this beautiful little standing ovation from the audience. I was just in tears in the back of the auditorium because it was just so rewarding to see these guys who had come out and done something so vulnerable and put themselves on that stage, and the audience just absolutely embraced that. And that's what you get from Totem. It's this hard work and a slog, and it's so much fun, and then it's just this great release, when you do it, and the audiences appreciate it.
I was involved in an event over the weekend. I know that the preparation for that event, I wasn't involved in a lot of the preparation, but all the people dancing. It was a Philippines multicultural event at the convention centre on Saturday night, and there was at least 10, actually about 12 dance performances that all of them had to spend hours and hours practicing, and they had the beautiful costumes and props and all of that work that went into it. Luckily for me, I came along to the final rehearsal. That was I started there because I was pressing the buttons, making a bit of the noise happen, all the audio and stuff. But people put so much effort into this, and at the end of it, everyone was so happy. You could feel that relief when the performances went well, the music played on time or whatever. Everyone was really happy. And that's what you're talking about. Crowd was cheering, that all this work for that one moment.
I consider that to be my Alice Springs family. You know, you have people from all over the world who have come to this crazy, quirky little town. Your day job is something completely different. And then at night you go moonlight, and then you have these amazing singers and these amazing dancers and actors and performers, and it just comes to life. And it's just such a beautiful little space to be involved in. So please don't let it put you off. I know it's scary, but if you want to do it, just come and do it.
Even from what I saw on Saturday night, there's so much talent in this town. There was probably at least 100 people dancing, traditional dancing or whatever, but they could take the next step and do something mainstream with you guys, a little bit more mainstream. There were singers too. We had singers there, Filipino and non-Filipino singers doing the national anthems and things like that. There's so much talent in this town. It's time to step up and get involved in Totem Theatre.
So just do it.
All right. Well, thank you, Erin. We've run out of time. I could talk all day about it, but
no worries. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it. As I say, jump on our socials, give us a buzz if you have any questions, and we hope to see you on stage with us at Totem 9 to 5.
Yes. Break a leg.